The conflict between Nortenos and Surenos in California is a tragic manifestation of division within communities that should be united. This internal strife not only leads to unnecessary violence and loss of life, but also perpetuates a cycle of suffering and despair among those involved and their families. Adam 22 was being accused of pushing the war between these two groups. In the same state, they are fighting with each other daily. Firstly, it's essential to recognize that both Nortenos and Surenos share common roots, cultural heritage, and often come from similar socio-economic backgrounds. They are, in essence, fighting against their own people, perpetuating a senseless conflict that only serves to tear communities apart. Furthermore, this conflict not only impacts those directly involved, but also spreads fear and unease throughout neighborhoods, affecting innocent bystanders and undermining the sense of security for everyone. Families live in constant fear of losing loved ones to this senseless violence, and entire communities suffer from the repercussions. At its core, this conflict is driven by a lack of understanding, communication, and empathy. Many individuals involved may not fully comprehend the historical context or underlying reasons for their animosity towards one another. Instead, they cling to labels and affiliations that only serve to further divide them. However, it's crucial to recognize that peace is not only possible, but necessary for the well-being and prosperity of all. Ending the conflict between Nortenos and Surenos requires a concerted effort to bridge divides, foster dialogue, and promote reconciliation. One way to achieve this is through community-based initiatives that bring together members from both sides to engage in constructive dialogue, cultural exchange, and conflict resolution training. By fostering understanding and empathy, we can begin to break down the barriers that fuel this conflict and build a foundation for lasting peace. Additionally, addressing the root causes of gang involvement, such as poverty, lack of education, and limited economic opportunities, is essential to preventing future generations from being drawn into this cycle of violence. By investing in education, job training, and social services, we can provide young people with alternatives to gang life and empower them to build a brighter future for themselves and their communities. Ultimately, the war between Nortenos and Surenos is a tragic reminder of the destructive power of division and hatred. It's time to set aside differences, embrace our shared humanity, and work together towards a future where peace and understanding prevail. Together, we can end this senseless conflict and build a more just and compassionate society for all. It's incredibly distressing and counterproductive that within the same state, communities engage in conflicts that hold them back collectively. The Nortenos versus Surenos conflict, along with other intrastate rivalries and tensions, not only perpetuate violence and suffering, but also hinder progress and development for everyone involved. This internal strife diverts resources, attention, and energy away from addressing the root causes of social issues such as poverty, lack of education, and systemic inequality. Instead of working together to uplift communities and create opportunities for all residents, energy is wasted on perpetuating divisions that ultimately serve no one's best interests. Moreover, the perpetuation of these conflicts contributes to negative stereotypes and stigmas that affect the entire state. It undermines efforts to attract investment, promote tourism, and foster a sense of unity and pride among all Californians. It's crucial for communities to recognize the destructive nature of these internal conflicts and to actively work towards reconciliation, understanding, and peace. By addressing the underlying issues that fuel these conflicts and promoting dialogue and collaboration, Californians can break free from the cycle of violence and division and create a brighter future for themselves and future generations. Ultimately, the state's true strength lies in its diversity, innovation, and resilience. By embracing these qualities and working together, Californians can overcome internal divisions and unlock their full potential for progress and prosperity. Fu Media Street. Please subscribe and like for more videos.